In the heart of the rural town of Ravenswood, the nights leading up to Halloween brought with them a chilling legend. The townspeople whispered tales of an old, abandoned pumpkin field on the outskirts of town. The field was said to be cursed, haunted by restless spirits, and no one dared to venture there once the sun dipped below the horizon. But in the year of our story, Halloween night was destined to be different. For a group of teenagers was about to confront the supernatural terror that had plagued their town for generations. The stories of the haunted pumpkin field had been passed down through the generations. Elders would huddle around fires on Halloween night, recounting tales of strange occurrences and ghostly apparitions. The field, which had once been a thriving pumpkin patch, had become a barren wasteland, withering away year by year. Ella, a headstrong teenager with a penchant for the mysterious and an insatiable curiosity, was determined to uncover the truth behind the legend. She had grown up in Ravenswood and was well acquainted with the eerie tales that had swirled around the pumpkin field her entire life. As the days grew shorter and the nights longer, Ella felt the call of Halloween beckoning her to investigate the supernatural rumors. Ella enlisted the help of her friends, a group of intrepid teenagers who shared her desire to confront the unknown. Among them were Ethan, the level-headed and rational thinker; Olivia, the empathetic and caring soul; Liam, the daredevil and skeptic; and Mia, the bookworm with a fascination for the supernatural. The group had gathered on the evening of Halloween, a night where the veil between the living and the dead was said to be at its thinnest. Armed with flashlights, cameras, and a collective sense of adventure, they embarked on their journey to the haunted pumpkin field. The wind was laden with an eerie chill, and the moon cast long, foreboding shadows as they approached the desolate expanse. As they crossed the threshold of the pumpkin field, the atmosphere grew thick with anticipation. Their flashlights pierced the inky darkness, revealing gnarled, lifeless vines that had once borne the vibrant orange fruit of Halloween. The silence was broken only by the crunch of dry leaves beneath their feet. Ella led the way, guided by the stories she had heard as a child. The group ventured deeper into the field, their senses on high alert. Suddenly, they were engulfed in an otherworldly fog, and the ground seemed to tremble beneath them. In the dim glow of their flashlights, they witnessed a spectral vision. A family of farmers, their faces etched with despair, appeared before them. The figures were translucent, their movements slow and deliberate. They beckoned the teenagers closer, their eyes filled with a deep longing and sorrow. Ella's heart pounded as she realized they were witnessing a moment from the past. The figures spoke, their voices echoing with an eerie, ethereal quality. They revealed the tragic history of the pumpkin field, the story of the Travers family, who had owned the farm generations ago. The apparitions of the Travers family shared their story. They had once been prosperous pumpkin farmers, known throughout Ravenswood for the quality of their harvest, but their success had garnered the envy of a neighboring farmer, the enigmatic Ezekiel Blackwood. Driven by greed and an insatiable desire for power, Blackwood had struck a sinister bargain with forces beyond the realm of the living. He had cursed the Travers family's pumpkin field, leading to a series of devastating crop failures and a slow descent into financial ruin. The apparitions spoke of the night when the Travers family had confronted Blackwood, accusing him of the malevolent curse. A heated confrontation had ensued, ending in a violent struggle that resulted in the death of the Travers family at Blackwood's hands. Their spirits had been bound to the cursed field, unable to rest in peace until the curse was lifted. The teenagers listened in awe and dread as the tragic tale unfolded before them. The revelation sent shockwaves through the group. They understood that their mission was not just to uncover the truth, but to help the trapped spirits find peace. The apparitions implored them to lift the curse that had plagued the pumpkin field for generations. But to do so, they needed to locate and confront the malevolent Ezekiel Blackwood himself. In the chilling hours that followed, the teenagers devised a plan. Armed with the knowledge of the curse's origins, They embarked on a search for any surviving records of Ezekiel Blackwood's existence. They combed through dusty old archives, attics, and family collections. Their investigation led them to a hidden chamber beneath an old library, where they discovered a trove of documents that shed light on Blackwood's dealings with the supernatural. They uncovered an ancient oath he had taken, binding him to the curse's dark power. Armed with their newfound knowledge, the teenagers set out to confront the malevolent Blackwood. They retraced the steps of the curse's origins, journeying deep into the haunted pumpkin field. As they reached the heart of the field, a ghostly figure materialized before them, the vengeful spirit of Ezekiel Blackwood. His eyes glowed with a malevolent fire, and his presence exuded an otherworldly malevolence. A fierce confrontation unfolded as Blackwood attempted to defend his dark powers and the curse he had wrought upon the Travers family. The teenagers stood united, their determination unwavering as they called upon the knowledge they had unearthed. In a climactic battle of wills, the teenagers invoked the oath they had discovered, turning Blackwood's own curse against him. The malevolent spirits that had granted him power now rose against him, seeking vengeance for his wicked deeds. Blackwood's form contorted and wailed, unable to withstand the combined forces of the Travers family's spirits and the teenager's resolve. With an ear-piercing scream, he was consumed by the very curse he had wielded against others. As the curse's dark energies dissipated, the pumpkin field began to stir with newfound life. The gnarled vines that had lain barren for generations sprouted vibrant orange pumpkins, illuminated by the spectral light of the moon. The apparitions of the Travers family appeared once more, their expressions transformed from sorrow to gratitude. Their spirits were finally at peace, and they expressed their heartfelt thanks to the teenagers who had freed them from the curse. As Halloween night drew to a close, the townsfolk of Ravenswood were awakened by a miraculous sight. The pumpkin field, once a desolate and haunted place, had transformed into a thriving and vibrant patch, adorned with the fruits of the season. The curse had been lifted, and the malevolent legacy of Ezekiel Blackwood had been vanquished, forever freeing Ravenswood from the grip of supernatural terror. The tale of the haunted pumpkin field became a cherished part of Ravenswood's Halloween traditions. It was a story of bravery, redemption, and the enduring power of friendship. As the town celebrated Halloween each year, they remembered the courageous group of teenagers who had confronted the supernatural and restored the spirit of the season. The legend of the haunted pumpkin field served as a reminder that even the most malevolent of curses could be overcome when hearts were united in the name of Halloween.